una cosita, yo te doy lo que tú necesitas. Solo quiero que tú seas mía, quiero hacértelo. La luna yo te bajaré, mi corazón te lo daré. Conmigo vas a enloquecer, yo quiero estar contigo.
Hey Speedy, welcome to the show for everyone. This is Speedy Sports on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And we bring the sport moments of your life, and I am Benny Kuji. The tough part of Champions League, it's over. Only the big boys are remaining now. I think the tough part, we are getting to the tougher part right now. At this stage, it's only those that want to win that will continue from here. We are out of the knockout stage, and already the draw has been made. Yes, the draw has been made. We all know which club will be meeting the other club. We'll give you all of that in the course of the game or in the course of the show. But what we want to discuss today is basically when you look at this quarterfinals matchup, which of this team that you think has the most, should I say, the most easier or the not too difficult setup? The game between Arsenal. Let me just give those matches for the quarterfinal stage. Sporting CP will be facing Arsenal. Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich, Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid, and PSG versus Liverpool. This is the matchup for the quarterfinals. And on the show today, we want to ask who is having the easiest among all of this group, and then who is facing the biggest challenge in the quarter-final. That is our topic of discussion today. We don't want to even talk much apart from just giving you update on Victor Osimhen, who will be undergoing surgery after the arm fracture against Liverpool in yesterday's game. He had a fracture on his arm, and he will be undergoing surgery. We wish Victor Osimhen the very best. We pray for him to come back stronger and stronger. This is our prayer for Victor Osimhen. Okay, before we go into our topic of discussion, let's bring you up to speed with the latest sport news around you and around the world. The Eastern Indian city of Odisha will host the World Indoor Championships in 2028, World Athletics President Sebastian Coe said. The World Athletics Council this morning awarded the next two editions of the event, the World Indoor Championship, to Odisha in India in 2028 and Astana, Kazakhstan in 2030. Coe said the head of the World Indoor Championship in Toruń, Poland. The selection for Odisha, formerly known as Orisha, is the first time the world's most populous nation has hosted a major world athletics event. Nigeria will be aiming to secure and consolidate its place at the 2026 World Athletics Relay when its team take part in the Lefika International Relays in Botswana on March 28. The event, set for the National Stadium, serve as both a curtain raiser and a preparatory platform ahead of the World Relays, which will be hosted in Gaborone on May 2nd to 3rd, marking the first time the competition will be held on African soil. 6 countries have so far confirmed participation, including Poland, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Zambia, and Lesotho, alongside host Botswana. Nigeria will field athletes in multiple events, including the women's and men's 4x100 meter relays, as well as the 4x400 relays for both sexes and the mixed 4x400 meters relay. Nigeria's women 4x400 meters squad has already booked its place at the World Relays after clocking 3.31.14 seconds at the MTN Champs Athletics Classics in Calabar on March 17, a performance that lifted them to 22nd in the world ranking and displaced Mexico from the top 24. Back to our topic of discussion. Now the draw is done, the tie is set, and the quarterfinals for the UEFA Champions League promises drama, tension, unforgettable nights under the light. But as always, not all parts are created equal. Some teams will be quietly confident, looking at their opponents and thinking, this is our chance. Others, they will know they have been handed a nightmare. Is Mikel Arteta's high-flying Arsenal looking at Sporting CP as the easiest path forward, or is that a trap waiting to be sprung? And what about the Titan clash? Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich. Is that the hardest match we've seen in years, or does the holders tag make PSG versus Liverpool the true final before the final? And then 2 Spanish giants, Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid, lock horns. So tonight we are asking, who has the easiest pairing, and which is the toughest clash in the quarterfinals lineup? Is there a clear favorite cruising into the semifinals, or are we looking at a heavyweight showdown where giants are not guaranteed to fall? Because at this stage, one bad night, one moment of magic, or one tactical masterstroke can decide everything. And for the clubs involved, it's not just about winning, it's about how difficult the journey will be. So we want to hear from you. Which team has been given the easiest route, and which tie is the hardest to call? That is our question. Simple. In this quarterfinals matchup, which club has been given the easiest pairing, and which do you think is the hardest? You can call us on the show, and the numbers to call is 0808 427 5464. I'll take the number again, 0808 427 5464. As usual, I'll always say you can also reach us on our Facebook, comment on our Facebook, and we'll be here to read your comments live. The Facebook handle is Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi. Once you comment, I'll be here to read your comments live. Okay, we have the lines are already buzzing, so let's see who will be the first caller. Okay, let's take a look at this fixture: Sporting CP versus Arsenal, Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich, and then Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid, PSG versus Liverpool. Which of this pairing do you think, for you think is the easiest, and which do you think is the hardest among this fixture? A lot of people are already saying that Arsenal are getting it. Should I say they are being lucky to be given clubs that are not so difficult. And we are not looking down on Sporting CP. If you look at the circumstances, coming from 3 down to beat Bordeaux Glimt and reach this stage. At this level, I don't think any person coming to this stage is even a club that you should just look down. No club at this stage is a club that you look down. But when you look at the ranking of this team, I think Sporting CP seem to be down there. So is it Arsenal versus Sporting CP that you think is the easiest clash in these quarterfinals matchup? Let's hear from you. The number to call again is 0808 427 5464. I'll take the number again, 0808 427 5464. You can also comment on our Facebook. The Facebook handle is Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. Makodi, when you comment, I'll be here to read your comments live. Okay, let's look at the logic behind the sports. Let's start. We'll just analyze them based on what we have here. That's based on how they appear here. We'll start from Sporting CP versus Arsenal. For Arsenal, I think Arsenal right now, they are one of the club that you say they are one of the club that is most in form. Mikel Arteta's side breezed past Bayern Leverkusen 3-1 on aggregate and is currently leading the Premier League. For the Gunners, this is a golden opportunity to reach their first semi-finals in nearly 2 decades without having to face a super giant like maybe say Real Madrid or PSG just yet. I think it's a decent one for them facing Sporting CP at this time. But I just think that this side is one of this. It's just sheer luck for Arsenal. If Arsenal can't do it against Sporting CP, I don't think they will be. If they eventually win it, we'll call them. They deserve to be champions. What about the toughest? Let's look at other games. Some people are saying the clash between Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich is a big game. Okay, we have a caller already. Hello? Okay, it's like the network is fluctuating. Hello? Okay, you can just call us back. We can barely hear you. Call us back, and then we'll definitely pick your call. One of the toughest match in this group, according to some fans, is the game between Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich is high flying. You cannot take it away from them. Deadly squad. Real Madrid, yes. When it comes to European football, their pedigree, you cannot look down on Real Madrid. I think for me, I will say that, and this is the European El Clasico. Okay, we have another caller. Hello.
Good evening, Mr. Benny Kuji.
Good evening and welcome to the show.
Thank you. Kenneth calling from airport.
Kenneth, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Kenneth, when you look at this pairing, which do you think is the easiest and which is the most difficult?
Yes, without further ado, I think the easiest to me and for me is that of my club, Arsenal against Sporting.
Yes. I love that.
Yes, it appears to be the easiest. Then, when you talk about the toughest, for me also, I will pick that of Real Madrid, Bayern Munich.
Why would you pick Real Madrid, Bayern Munich? What about Liverpool PSG?
Liverpool PSG to me are in no way a bigger game compared to that of Bayern Munich, Real Madrid.
How so?
Because we wouldn't say because PSG are the defending champions. Then we'll tag them to their game to be the biggest game when we are having a Madrid Bayern Munich game. Because in this competition we're talking about, Bayern happens to have it more. I think they have it equal with Liverpool or one less. Then Madrid are the champions of Champions League. So when you have two giants locking horns, you wouldn't beg for anything better than that. So for me, I think the toughest to be Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and the easiest to be Sporting CP Arsenal.
So can we call the Real Madrid Bayern Munich game the European Classico?
Of course. Of course. Not minding the fact we have a Barcelona Athletic. No, for me that is not a big game.
Okay. Yes. All right. So what are you expecting from your team, Arsenal against CP?
Mr. Mengi, without wasting much time, I think the parents are in a very good way that Arsenal will have the opportunity of taking their pound of flesh back on Barcelona.
Okay.
Yes, because I'm also seeing Arsenal edging out Sporting CP and Barcelona as well, edging out Atletico Madrid. Yes.
Okay. Thanks for that one.
Arsenal will get to take their pound of flesh back
against Barcelona.
They did to them in 2006.
All right. Thanks for that one.
Welcome.
Okay. Kenneth is already looking ahead of the game, and we are talking on this about this current match up in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. And if you're just joining us, this is Speedy Sports on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makodi, where we bring you sports moments of your life. Today on the show, we are talking about the 2025-2026 quarterfinals, the Champions League quarterfinals matchup, where Sporting CP will be hosting Arsenal, Real Madrid will also host Bayern Munich, and then Atleti will travel to Barcelona to face Barcelona, and then PSG against Liverpool. And we're asking which is the biggest, which team is having it the easiest. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening and welcome to the show.
Yes, evening, Benny Kuji. You are on to the head of state.
Head of state. Can you tell us your full name before you give us your other name?
All right. Michael Zesote was from Imandaku.
Okay. You're welcome to the show. So for you...
Yes, Arsenal, I will look at Arsenal match as the most easiest because I think Barca will take on Atletico Madrid.
Yes.
That one is another tough one. When Barca faces Atletico, even in the league, you know, and then Madrid against Bayern is a tough one, and then Liverpool against PSG. You know, the PSG are currently on now, and then Liverpool are in one way of deforming, going down. It will be down. In fact, Liverpool would say Arsenal match is the most easiest one. Although football is not something you just take it easy as you think. It may change at any moment. But Arsenal match is the easiest one for Arsenal to cross.
Okay.
Yes.
Arsenal match is the easiest. But the other matches, the remaining 3 matches, you've spoken about all of them. You said they are quite difficult match. But among the other 3, there's Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Atleti, PSG, Liverpool. Which of them is the toughest?
The toughest one is Bayern Munich going against Madrid.
Okay.
Because PSG will eliminate Liverpool. Although Liverpool will give them tough time, but it's not all that tough as PSG play as Bayern facing Madrid.
Okay.
Yes.
Thanks for that one, head of state.
Yes. Thank you.
Arsenal. Everybody is saying Arsenal is just having a lighter one. Not taking anything away from Sporting CP, but are we not seeing this from another perspective, that this could just be a trap for Arsenal? Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening and welcome to the show.
Thank you. This is Mwesi Patrick calling from North Bank.
Okay, Mwesi, you're welcome. Go on.
For me, I think the easiest tie is Arsenal versus Sporting CP.
Why is everybody saying Arsenal versus Sporting CP? Don't you?
Yeah, we had Arsenal dominate the group, the table from the initial start, and then we all saw how Sporting CP struggled against a small Bodo Glimt, and later on won in the returning leg.
Okay, let me just
So
go.
for me now,
Before you go on, let me just say something. But you know how difficult it is to go and play in Norway.
it doesn't matter. Arsenal will win. We've seen them. We've seen them struggle, but they don't always struggle against such teams. So I'm very confident they'll win.
Okay, which of the other ones do you think is the toughest?
I think Madrid, Bayern Munich.
So why are you picking Madrid?
When you have Madrid, who have won over time, 15 times champions, and then Bayern Munich, who have won this title for this 6 times. Yeah.
Yes.
You have them locking horns together. It's going to be a very tough one. I can't even say PSG, Liverpool, owing to the fact that Liverpool have not been consistent, unlike Madrid. And then even PSG, you can compare these two with Madrid. So that's why I'm giving it to Madrid, Bayern Munich.
How about
you see the quality of players they have, and
how about the Spanish derby?
Oh, Barcelona,
Atletico Madrid.
It's going to be a very tough one. It's actually going to be a very tough one, owing to the fact that Atletico have won Barcelona this season. So I'm expecting a tough one, but seeing them play yesterday, they are kind of Atletico Madrid. They are kind of aggressive, have a not giving up attitude in the pitch. So I'll give it to them.
Okay, that's interesting.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Wesley. Okay, a lot of our callers are already saying that the easiest game among all of these quarterfinals game is Sporting CP versus Arsenal. What is your take? Hello.
Good evening, Benny Kuji.
Good evening and welcome to the show.
I'm calling from Sabongira Ground.
Okay, go on.
Yes. The toughest game, though most of these games are tough. The toughest is the one between Real Madrid and Bayern Munich, because these clubs parade the greatest strikers in the world, and they have quality players. They have superstars. So pairing them is a very hard. It is difficult to say this one will take the day until the game is played. And again, the one between Barca and Atletico Madrid. Yes, that one too is a hard game, because these clubs are clubs from La Liga, and they know themselves. They have played each other this season for about 2 or 3 times. So pairing them together is a hard game, and this game needs tactics. If you are very tactical, you win the game. The easiest pairing is the one between Arsenal and Sporting CP. Arsenal are on fire now. If you are not strong, you can't play them. So I don't see Sporting CP giving Arsenal a headache.
All right, thanks for that one.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, I think everybody seems to agree that Sporting CP, this may be the end of the road for Sporting CP. Let's go back and give you the results of yesterday's games played so far. Yesterday, Barcelona defeated Newcastle 7-2, and then Bayern Munich 4-1 against Atalanta. Liverpool defeated Galatasaray 4-0, and then Tottenham Hotspur were able to defeat Atletico Madrid, but they were still knocked out on aggregate. They defeated Atletico Madrid 3-2, but they were still knocked out. Okay. For today already in the Europa League, there are some games going on already. 11th minute, Freiburg versus Genk 0-0, Lyon versus Celta Vigo 0-0, Midtjylland versus Tottenham 0-0. Other games to come up much later: AS Roma versus Bologna, Aston Villa versus Lille, Betis versus Panathinaikos, and then FC Porto versus Stuttgart. These are the matches that will be going on today. 3 of those matches have already been started and have already been started. 12 minutes and they're still playing goalless. Draw for tomorrow's game. In the English Premier League, Bournemouth versus Manchester United, and then in Germany, RB Leipzig versus Hoffenheim. Italian Serie A, Cagliari versus Napoli, and then Genoa versus Udinese. In the Spanish La Liga, Villarreal versus Real Sociedad. These are the matches that will take place tomorrow, and we'll be here to give you all the updates as they drop in. But for today's show, I think I will want to agree with all our callers on what they say. I think Arsenal, if everything is to go according to plan, Arsenal will definitely beat Sporting CP. And the most difficult game for me, I'm looking at Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich, and then Paris Saint-Germain versus Liverpool. These are the 2 games I want. I can't pick which one, but I know it's between the 2 of them. Okay, this is the much we can go on the show. Tomorrow we'll be here to talk sports on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. Makudi, like I'll always say, I'll see you again. God bless your heart. Bye.
This is
Asking Radio 98.5 FM.
Oye, déjame curarte este mal de amores. Me duele verte llorar. Oye, él te trata mal, yo te traigo flores. Dame una oportunidad. Él te jura un falso amor, es un abusador. Juega con tu corazón, sabes decir que no. Ni la razón. Oye, déjame curarte este mal de amores. Me duele verte llorar. Oye, él te trata mal, yo te traigo flores. Dame una oportunidad. Tu cuerpo y el mío juntitos bailando. Tu boca y la mía felices gozando.
King Radio 98.5 Speed FM. Catch us if you can.